Today's video is going to be about 5 life lessons I learned from overcoming my stutter. So today's video is more focused on deep reflections on my journey and basically things that I learned along the journey of overcoming my stutter. Now, I'll share today 5 life lessons which I learned from overcoming stuttering, but it's also something I applied to all other areas of my life. So I had a bit of a think about a few key things that I've learned, and I also made a list, right? So the first lesson that I learned along the journey is understanding yourself and the way you think, why you think the way you think, how you feel emotions, what emotions you regularly feel, what triggers your emotions, and just understanding yourself on a deeper level is really great. It's really great. It's a key thing that you have to understand on the journey of overcoming your stutter. And understanding yourself on a deeper level, it not just applies to stuttering and speaking, but it also applies to all other areas of your life. And basically, you can when you understand yourself, you can make yourself feel much more comfortable when you're feeling uncomfortable. You can push yourself when you need to push yourself, and then you can get yourself to relax and rest, and so much more. So understanding yourself is key, and overcoming my stutter has pushed me to look into myself on a deeper level and learn more about myself. So that's the first lesson. Second thing is, which is related to kind of like a sub point to the first one, is learn to manage and influence your emotions, right? That's another key lesson that I learned. So stuttering and blocking, it's unpredictable, and sometimes you know when it's going to come and sometimes you don't know when it's going to come. And the thing about stuttering is there's so much emotional issues and baggage and emotions linked to it, right? You feel shame, you feel embarrassment, sometimes you feel frustrated, sometimes you just feel stuck, especially when you have big blocks. So one of the key things is you want to be able to manage your emotions, be able to navigate your emotions. That is really key. Try not to let your emotions push you around. And I know that sounds difficult to do. It is difficult, but that's something I learned. And when you understand and be able to manage your emotions, it makes such a big difference. And when you look at most of the successful people in life, in business, in sports, a lot of it comes down to managing your emotions and being able to influence your own emotions as well. And I believe that to manage your stutter and your speech, a part of it will come down to how you manage your emotions, right? Because there are things like stress that affects emotions, tiredness that affects emotions, and these things like stress and tiredness or anger and frustration, that also feeds into your stutter. That was number 2. Life lesson number 3, which I learned and which I was able to grow more because of stuttering. Meditation, yoga, awareness, spirituality. On my journey to overcoming stuttering, I became a student of these areas, and what meditation and yoga and spirituality and all these kind of areas that they point at and they help you try to grow is awareness, right? And I was able to be a bit more aware. I was able to learn more about meditation and how I can use it as a tool to understand myself better, but also focus on the things I really need to focus on to overcome my stutter. But along the way of learning these areas, I learned a whole bunch of other things, right? Yoga has helped me keep an open body, keep a relaxed posture. And because I practice it on a weekly basis, it's another tool to help me relax deeper and release any tension and frustration that I keep. And also these, especially yoga and meditation, it helps me connect to something more than myself, and it takes a lot of pressure off me, right? So I didn't have to worry about if I'm going to make it or if I'm good enough for it, if I'm worthy enough for it. It helps me realize that there's so much more value to me. But yeah, that's life lesson number 3. Life lesson number 4, right? And this is more related to speaking and conversation. Connection is really important, right? And now I'm at a place where I really focus on connecting and listening actively and trying to understand the other person's emotions as well. So I really focus on connection, and by focusing on connection, it takes the pressure off me in trying to sound fluent, and takes the pressure off me, and I care less about my stutter when I focus on connecting. And the other thing that I learned that falls into this category is all the people that I speak to really just want to be able to connect with somebody, and they want to speak to somebody who is authentic and easy to understand and easy to speak to. And it's pretty basic and it's pretty easy. And that's an easy win for me, right? When I focus on connecting with somebody rather than trying to be fluent or worrying about my blocks, right? So that's life lesson number 4, focus on connection. Life lesson number 5, and this is connected to my speech, but it's also connected to who I am and what I do. So my value in life and the way I value myself, the way I see myself, it is not tied into my fluency at all. And it's not tied into what I do, and it's not tied into how much money I make, right? My value in life, it's so much more greater than all those 3 things that I've mentioned. And that's a very kind of deep and spiritual lesson to understand, because the way I value myself and the self-esteem and the self-love that I have, it's not tied into my fluency, the way I block. I may have a bad day where I stutter really bad, but hey, I'm still going to carry myself with a lot of value, with a lot of respect, and I extend that into the things that I do and the results that I get. There are some days that I might not make the perfect video, and I might not be able to explain the most easily understandable idea on the video. I might fumble on videos and so on. And my value is not tied into the money that I make as well. So, and that's another lesson that I've learned, to have my value tied into something much more deeper, something much more beautiful. So those are my 5 life lessons. I've obviously learned a lot more than that, but those are the top 5 that I have learned through overcoming my stutter. Now, if you have a stutter and you want to talk about it and would like to see how I can help you, then there's a link in the description below, and do click on that link if you would like to talk about how I can help you out. Apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget that your stutter, your fluency, your blocks, it doesn't define you. Your value is so much more than your blocks or your stutter or your fluency. Have a great day.